Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Division 1. Today we are racing in Japan, and it seems that we don't have a lot of drivers today. We have only 10 drivers, 11 drivers on the grid. Dan Andrews seems to be a reserve driver. Haven't seen him in the paddock, but at least most of them will get points if they finish the race. Let's get ready for quali. As you know, commentating quali is not that exciting, but we will see. And here Bag of Donuts starts his lap. He will set the first time on the board. I think then we will have God Palmer following him. So we will have Bag of Donuts and God Palmer setting the first times. And we can see God Palmer already getting close to Bag of Donuts. I think his lap won't be at risk. But there it is. Bag of Donuts taking, I think not a great lap from what we can see so far. I think God Palmer will set a better lap. The final chicane takes very good that few corners, and immediately we can see 130 Bag of Donuts, and God Palmer will have a 129.8. So not that far from each other. I thought Scott Palmer was gonna get like a better lap. Let's see how Chewy finishes his first lap. And after that we will just talk a little bit about the track. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the track while we see Scott Palmer going back to the pits. Let's see if Monster decides to settle up. We have a lot of corners, 18 corners, and I think this track is a bit risky. I think corner 1 and 2 are a bit complicated. Then you have like what I call a dragon tail between corners 5 and 7. They are very tricky when you don't have traction control. Here the minimum is medium, so either you have medium traction control or none, and that makes this first sector a bit complicated. Then the second sector is more about the skills on finding the breaking point, the proper breaking point. And then the sector 3 is just bring it home and finishing the chicane. So we have seen that Chewy has been disqualified. Not sure what happened there, but it seems that there was a problem in the entry of the pit lane, and Chewy will have to start at 11th place. Not really sure what happened there. So we only have one DRS zone, which is the main straight, and I think that's gonna be one of the places to overtake. But I also think between corner 14 and 15, maybe all the way to 16, we have a very, it's not a straight, but it's like straight enough for people to try to take an overtake into the final chicane, corner 16 through 18. So that's gonna be like the most overtakes without mistakes from other drivers will happen in that part of the circuit. Let's talk a little bit about who is with us today. So we have Scott Palmer rejoining the league. Last week he got his first race and was first place, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Max, who had a very good recovery last week. Then we have Bag of Donuts. I think his race was not the best, but also not the worst. John is back. John was not able to participate last week. Now he's back. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen between Scott Palmer and John. Even right now, we see that John is not setting the fastest lap. So we will see once he goes to set another lap how close he can get to Scott Palmer. Dan Andrews, I'm pretty sure is a new driver. Haven't seen him. Then we have Grid Plus. Fire. It's also with us today. Then Ernest, Elkang, and Monster. Also Chewy, who got disqualified. So let's see if John is able to set a good lap. Scott Palmer getting ready for a lap, so we're gonna basically try to see if we can stay with him and see if he can improve his lap. Then we will go with John and see what's going on. So got Palmer trying to improve his already provisional pole. The first sector. Going through the Dragon Tail. Very good. Great performance there. And let's see how he finishes the first sector. Oof, not a lot of improvement really. And he lost the car. So after setting a not amazing first sector, he lost the car and has to start again. Maybe he'll go into the pits for a final run. So this gives John the opportunity to try to get that pole position. We are really gonna see how is Bag of Donuts doing and Max, but I think we're gonna stay with John. I think he might have... he goes back into the pits. He went back into the pits. He decided not to go for a run. So now we see that Bag of Donuts is also not having a run. Max is not improving by a lot. Then let's see if his second sector is a bit better. We have a lot of yellow flags everywhere. And I want to see the second sector of Max and see if he can improve. And actually, you know, he only needs a tenth of a second to get extremely close to God Palmer, who, as we predicted, went to the pits and will try again. Max sets the fastest second sector, very good. So I think he might have a chance in this run to get provisional pole. Final corner, let's bring it home, and Max sets the fastest lap so far, 0.2 of a second from God Palmer. Bag of Donuts, I'm not sure if he's trying to... Is he gonna start a lap or is he gonna go into the pits? We will see right now. So he decides to start the lap. Let's see how he can improve. From third place, he might want to be in those 129s. The first corners are good. Then we go into the Dragon Tail. I think he is having trouble controlling the car the way he wanted to. But no major mistakes, and he's able to continue. Let's see how he finishes the first sector. Not improvement, but also close enough to the first run. Let's see the second sector. He doesn't have traffic. Free air in front of him, so maybe that will help him improve. I think he's using the entire track. He's going as wide as possible, and now he makes an improvement of 1/10 of a second. Might not be enough to break into the 129s. Let's see, and he goes into the pits. Yeah, he decides to go for another run and basically try one more time, one final time. Let's check something on the stream while everybody gets ready for one final run. So we can see that that Andrews is going for an outlap. It looks like everything is okay on the stream, so let's wait and see. John starting an outlap, but since the Andrews is the only one who is gonna try to set a lap, let's see if he can improve from 5th place. I think he's not on a run right now. Let's see how he finishes the first sector, just to check if he is on a run or not. So it looks like Max, Gott Palmer and Bag of Donuts, they are trying to wait for the last minute in order to go out and set a time. So that Andrews is on a hot lap. We just saw that he improved a lot, 0.5 of a second. That is impressive, and he might be looking at a 3rd place, provisional at least. We will see later what the other guys do. So 2nd sector, how is he gonna finish 2nd sector? Yeah, still 0.5 second faster than a previous attempt. And the final chicane, no mistakes, bring it home, and we might see some movement. Oof, a bit of oversteer, and yeah, he lost a 10th there, but it's still good enough for 3rd place, which means Bag of Donuts needs to improve a lot if he wants to start higher than a temporary 4. Then John also needs to improve in this final run. Let's see what he can do. The first corner is right ahead of him, and oof, that was a bit aggressive. I don't know if he lost more time than the expected. Then in the Dragon Tail, he also loses the car, and that's it for John's qualifying. That is it from him. He cannot do better than 5th place. Great opportunity for people like Fire. Fire was unable to improve, so great opportunity for everybody else. Bag of Donuts trying to set the last lap. Let's be with him, and I think Max is in the pits. Monster is also gonna try. So there it is, Bag of Donuts. Let's see if he can improve the first sector. The first few corners were fine. Then the Dragon Tail, who takes a lot of victims, and the last one was John, probably the best driver in the league, and he also made a mistake and lost the car in the Dragon Tail. Bag of Donuts gets away with it, but he is not improving as he would want to, and he decides to back out. Yeah, so he wants to do any better than 4. Meanwhile, Gott Palmer goes 1st place and will start in pole position. Front row, Gott Palmer and Max Stars. The surprise of the quali is John will start on 5th place. Another surprise, because we don't know him yet, is Da Andrews in third place. Amazing. Amazing run, amazing quality. Then Bag of Donuts will go into the pits, and we will have a grid. El Kang, I think he DNF at some point. We didn't see. And Chuy Gallegos, for some reason, was disqualified. Let's take a little break, and we will go back for the full race. Testing the stream. Testing the stream. Testing the stream. Good. Okay, so we have a deformation lap. Let's get ready with all the details that we want to have. On the start, position change, obviously. And okay, so God Palmer will start in first place, then Max, then Da Andrews, Bag of Donuts, John, Creed Plus, Fire, Ernest, Monster, El Kang, and then Chewy, because he got disqualified in the pits for something that we didn't see. So lots of points available today. In theory, 10 out of the 11 drivers will be getting points today. You have to finish the race. I think you have to finish at least 75% of the race in order to get points. So just don't DNF and you will be fine. Because of, considering the quality of our drivers today, I am not expecting a lot of crashes and safety cars. If I would have to put some money on the table, I will say we get only one safety car maximum. Especially because here there's a lot of runway areas, so if you crash, most likely you will end up in the gravel and won't be affecting the track at all. It will be very, very interesting what John decides to do. I think strategy will need to be a huge part of this. And now that we're talking strategy, we should be able to see. Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Everybody starts on mediums except Crit Plus, Monster, Elkang, and Chui on softs, Fire and Ernest on hards. Extremely interesting, that bit. But let's get ready. We are waiting on the lights. Have a green flag. John has been disqualified. I think he just missed his entry. There we go. So we have 5 lights and the race has begun. What a terrible camera, we cannot see, but it seems that God Palmer got a very good exit, Max as well. John already in third. What happened there? John already in third place. So he jumped the Andrews and Bag of Donuts with a very, very good start that we were unable to see because of the camera on the broadcast. But John had probably the perfect start, and terrible for the Andrews, who now is back from 3rd to 11th. Terrible start for the Andrews. Scott Palmer with a very good start, Max following him pretty close. John already in the battle. Bag of Donuts, not the best start, and I think he will struggle with the 3 guys ahead of him. Ernest might be the big battle for 4th place. Then Crit Plus, Elkan, Chui, Fire, who also had a very poor start, and as we have mentioned, the Andrews. We're unable to see how close is Max to God Palmer, but we can see it's pretty close. So the camera will show us while the telemetry decides to get updated. So John extremely close to Max, and we see a movement first. Elkang overtakes Crit Plus. We just saw that. And there it is, Max. 5/10. What terrible broadcast we have today. Bag of Donuts extremely close to John. Let's see if he can make a move at some point. I think right now people are just going to try to get a feel of the race, get a feel of the track for the first few laps. And I don't think we will see a lot of aggressive movements today. So there it is, Max following God Palmer pretty close. Bag of Donuts extremely close to John. So we can see that the first 4 places are extremely close from one another. We're going to stay with John for a while. We have a yellow flag somewhere, and it seems that Fire and the Andrews had an incident, minor incident, and now Fire is able to get ahead of the Andrews and resume the race. Bag of Donuts getting closer to John. Bag of Donuts with 43% of ERS, so he's using a lot of ERS. He sees an opening, and I think he's gonna try to go for it. Whoever has the best exit here will have a huge advantage on the main straight. But right now we don't have DRS, so I think for now Bag of Donuts should just follow John. And as I said, this DRS has been enabled, so next lap, or the next, next lap, if Bag of Donuts is that close, he might have an opportunity to get John. Max also trying to get Palmer. We see Elkang might fancy a chance versus Ernest. Let's see if he can do something after this Dragon Tail. This part of the track is all about finding the right braking spot. And is he gonna try to make a move there? No, he just decides to follow, but has a better exit, but has to back out because, yeah, we see that Grid Plus had a problem with the car, but he is able to resume and rejoin safely. So back of Donuts, trying to get close. El Kang also close to Ernest. Are you gonna see something here? All the way to the last corners, that chicane. Let's see if El Kang, he's a bit far, but a good exit here might help because he will have DRS. So let's see. Yeah, he has DRS open, ERS enabled. He's gonna try to get close because he's a bit far and won't be able to make a move. Who is getting closer and closer is back of Donuts, getting close to John, trying to recover one of those places that he lost at the start. But again, here in the Dragon Tail, it's very, very hard to keep the pace, because one small mistake and you have to recover really fast. El Kang trying to make a move on Ernest. They go side by side, and it looks like he makes the move. Oh no, there was an incident, and they have crash. Ernest is out of the race, and El Kang might have to go into the pits, and we have the first safety car. So this might be the first incident in the race, and Unfortunate has bring a safety car, which is, I think, good news for John, bad news for Back of Donuts, great news for Chewy. Let's see who goes into the pits and decides to make a change of tires. I don't think it's the time. I think only people will go into the pits if they need a new front wing. I didn't see the whole incident between Ernest and El Kang, so we will see what the stewards say and decide to do in lap number 4. So El Kang, as we said, goes to the pits. That was a bit weird. And Monster also goes to the pits, and Grid Plus as well. The Andrews, who didn't have an amazing start, will rejoin in 10th place. Sorry. So let's check tires. I think position change is not necessary right now, but we see that Chewy decided to stay on track with his soft tires. He might be hoping for a later safety car. The Andrews having a lot of problems in the race. He has a very good quality, but the race has not been very good to him. We have got Palmer in first, Max in second, John in third, Back of Donuts in fourth, Chewy with an amazing recovery from last, now running in fifth. Fire, he's gonna try to use the hearts all the way through. In sixth, Monster, who had to go into the pits. El Kang, who also had to get a new front wing, and Grid Plus decides to go for the medium tire. The Andrews, he is extremely far from everybody else, so I think he will have time to recover and to rejoin the pack. Who goes to the pits? Chewy. Chewy goes into the pits, but why? Is he gonna get a new front wing? because that makes no sense really. The pack is complete and we don't see if he got a new front wing. So there's Chewie, and well, he rejoins in 9th. Either he realized that having softs at this point in the race was not going to be very helpful, because he will have to pit pretty soon, probably in 4 or 5 laps, and decides to take the bullet right now and don't wait for when the race is in green. And Chewie still rejoins in front of the Andrews. The Andrews having a lot of problems in the race, but he's joining the pack. He is finally catching up with the guys ahead. The restart. Are we gonna have a restart in this lap? I hope so. I think the incident has been cleared, and we should be able to get a race again. So this is the only safety car I've predicted. Hopefully we won't have more. Would be very interesting if, you know, there's a ticket between Elkang and Ernest. For now, safety car in this lap. God Palmer becomes kind of the safety car right now. He will be leading the pace and controlling all drivers for the restart. He's trying to get ready. When is he gonna go? He decides to go right now, and Max follows him. John with an amazing opportunity right now. Is he gonna try to make a move? I don't think so, but he will follow. Max tries to break the line from John, but all good for now. Everybody stays where they are. John extremely close. Monster and Fire having a bit of a battle. Is he gonna try to make a move? We don't know. And Elkang and Grid Plus also having a battle. We can see that battle. And there's problems. Somebody lost a wing. We saw that. And Elkang trying to get Fire. Is he gonna make the move? He does make the move. Is he gonna be able to brake properly? He does, and he's able to get the move done. Fire having a lot of problems. He loses the place to everybody. So I don't know if he needs to go into the pits and change his tire. We also see that Grid Plus goes out of the track, so maybe he's also having problems. And back of Donald's just DNF. We didn't see that. We didn't see that at all. Back of Donald's just DNF. We were just focused too much on the battle on the midfield, and back of Donuts out of the race, DNF. But we didn't have safety car, we didn't have virtual safety car. We are back in the race. So let's see if Max is able to get God Palmer and John with a great opportunity. Right now the three on top are having their own race. Meanwhile, Chewie and Elkang, the Haas teammates, might encounter each other, because it seems that Monster, his pace is not that good in front, so he might be creating a train anytime soon, unless we see a brave movement somewhere. Here Max extremely close to God Palmer. If he has a good exit, oh, there it is. Now is the opportunity for Max to go. God Palmer lost the car a little bit, and this is something that I don't like in this league, is that you become a ghost immediately, and that basically gives the driver in front of you, behind you, the opportunity to stay in the racing line without worrying about crashing with you. Now they are back to being an actual object in the race. And oh my god, what a contact was that! What a contact was that! Max just DNF. And yeah, so very bad news for Scott Palmer, very bad news for Max, terrible news for Max really. And poof, John just inherited first place. So this is a bit crazy. We have safety car, I'm pretty sure. And wow, I was not expecting that. I think Max misjudged the braking point and just crashed into Scott Palmer. And well, we saw what happened then. Chuy Gallegos now suddenly in second place after going to the pits. After going to the pits during a safety car, rejoining in 10th place. Now he's running in second. The Andrews suddenly now he finds himself in 4th place, and if he stays alive, he will get points. Well, his team will get points. I'm pretty sure he is a reserve driver, so no points will be granted to him. We can see some penalties. 3-second penalties for Elkann, 3-second penalty for Monster. So who goes into the pits? Andrews went into the pits. Elkann got Palmer, he had to. Monster and Fire went to the pits. I will be very interested in knowing what happened to Back of Donuts. I'm pretty sure he just lost the car. Probably in the first sector. So we have Chuy in second place, then Crit Plus, the Andrews, Elkann, Monster, got Palmer, who now has a massive task ahead of him if he wants to go back into the podium places. Fire. Then we see some people going to the pits. Wow, crazy. John, yeah, I think John decides that it's a good time to go into the pits. That actually makes sense. Because either it's the last stop. He won't have to stop again. He goes for a set of hearts. And I think he has the raw pace to go back to the podium places. And suddenly the race becomes a bit more interesting because Scott Palmer, with a fresh set of softs, is in 5th place. And John is in 7th. So this might get a bit tasty. Fire in the middle. I'm pretty sure, Scott Palmer is not his teammate. But if it was his teammate, he would love to play a bit of sportsmanship there. Then we have Monster in 5th, Elkann. Sorry, Monster in 4th, Elkann, and suddenly Chuy is in 1st place. Crazy how this second safety car changed everything. And both safety cars were brought because of incidents. One was between Elkann and Ernest. The second one was between Max and Scott Palmer, which I think both are racing incidents, but we will see what the stewards decide if they want to look into it. But it seems, at least for the one that we saw, clearly, it was just, a misjudgment on Max's side, but still a racing incident. Are we going to have safety car in this lap? It doesn't look that way, so we might have another lap under safety car. We have a bit of movement there. What happened? Oh, because the race resumed and nobody told me. Thank you. Sorry about that. But good exit from some of the drivers. Elkang now running in third. John in fifth. Got Palmer all the way back to eighth. What happened there? I think he either lost the car or had an incident. And now I think his race is done. I wasn't paying attention to the restart. I'm pretty sure. I didn't see safety car in this lap, so my bad. But let's go back into the race because we can see that John getting extremely close to Monster. And let's see if he's able to overtake right now that God Palmer is having some issues with his car. We also have the Andrews now following Chewy pretty close. The first part of the race was very poor for the Andrews, but now he has a good opportunity to make a good second half. We have a yellow flag somewhere, and that is God Palmer, who is struggling a lot by himself on that corner. The front wing seems to be alright. And now he needs another safety car, otherwise his race is done. Crit Plus trying to get fire right now. We have a movement somewhere, yeah. John overtakes Monster finally in the main straight. And now he's gonna go after Elkang. The Andrews trying to get extremely close to Chewy. We will see if he has an opportunity to make the move. We have another yellow flag. God Palmer just DNF. I think he retired in the pits. It looks that way. It looks like he retired on the pits. So not what we were expecting really. God Palmer, Max and Bachov Donuts DNF. And John suddenly has a huge opportunity, but we have to stay with the Andrews because he is extremely close to Chewy. And if he finds a very good braking point here, and he did, but Chewy kind of slowed him down. We have Fire attacking Monster, and then Monster recovering the place, a bit aggressive, we should say. And there it is, the Andrews, extremely close to Chewy. Is he gonna try to make a move right now? Chewy goes into the inside. The Andrews is trying to do the switcheroo, that didn't work. And now he lost the car. He just lost the car. And is he gonna try to rejoin the track? Yeah. So that's not very good for him. We saw Fire making a move on Monster. We are actually seeing that right now. And suddenly Fire is in fourth place. John, extremely close to Elkang. We need to stay with him to see if he makes a move. We have seen Elkang being a bit aggressive in the first part of the race, but not in a bad way, like in a good, racing driver kind of way. So we need to see if John makes a move here in this next corner. We will have a hairpin where if Elkang doesn't brake properly, will give John a very good opportunity. And actually John kind of has a bit of oversteer and gives Elkang the opportunity to get away, at least for a few tenths of a second. Monster trying to follow also Fire pretty close, but we need to stay with John because this main straight is all about the setup for the main part of the DRS, the only DRS part that we have in this whole track. There goes John, hoping to have a very good exit and attack El Kang in this opportunity. He goes ERS, DRS, everything. Let's throw everything at El Kang. El Kang goes to the inside, to the outside, and he just gives the opportunity, opens the door, doesn't fight it, and John goes to second place. El Kang will try to follow him, but I don't think he will have the raw pace to stay with him for a whole lap under a second. Now Chewy, I think Chewy might have to pit again for a set of mediums because he has run 2 sets of softs, if I am not mistaken. Let's see how many times they have gone into the pits. Yeah, Chewy definitely will have to go again just to get a new set of tires. So Chewy needs to pit again. John doesn't, El Kang doesn't, Fire I'm pretty sure doesn't, and everybody else don't. El Kang staying close to John. Surprisingly, we can see here a small battle between Monster and Andrew. Andrew makes the move on Monster. Monster decides not to fight it, but maybe because he will have an opportunity. And now we can see Chewy go into the pits. He will put a set of mediums definitely, and John will inherit first place again. And now he won't have somebody to challenge him on raw pace at least. We can see El Kang extremely close to John, but maybe not that close. The Andrews following Fire. I think this might be a good opportunity to overtake because Fire has no ERS, and the Andrews might fancy a move at some point in this lap. Let's stay with them and see if in the next hairpin he decides to go in the inside, make a move, or better yet, what happened? Monster is out of the race, and we just didn't see what happened. We're gonna see Chewy going into the scene of the crime, and I'm still unable to see Monster. I think Monster just lost the car, and we have another safety car. So, well, 6 drivers are gonna finish the race, and this is terrible news for Chewy because he just pitted 1 lap prior to safety car. Who will go into the pits? I'm pretty sure no one. John doesn't go into the pits. El Kang goes into the pits. He will get a set of softs for sure. No, mediums maybe mediums. Fire stays on track. The Andrews also stays on track. Somebody tell them that this is a safety car. Why they are racing each other, I don't understand. El Kang, Chewy. I'm pretty sure El Kang will rejoin, ahead of Chewy, because when you pit under safety car, you don't lose that much time compared to people who pit in a regular lap, on a green flag lap. So John on hards. We will be right back. Well, I thought we were gonna have 1 safety car. We ended up having 3 safety cars and only 6 drivers left. One of them, the Andrews, who had a very poor start, now is recovering a little bit. Fire in second place, that's very good for him. And the way the grid is right now is fantastic news for John. because he has definitely better raw pace, more raw pace than Fire, and if Fire is able to hold the rest of the grid, the rest of the pack, well, that will definitely be good news for John. We will need to see how El Kang decides to go into the attack, because he also needs to get 3 seconds ahead of whoever is behind him to maintain his place. So we see that, yeah, we have another lap under safety car. Let's see, you know, how does the restart goes. So a bit weird that we have 3 safety cars, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, we can see that God Palmer retired because the rear wing got damaged in that incident with Max. So that's why we saw that he was struggling a lot after that incident and after getting a new set of tires. Are we going to have safety car in this lap? We hope so. John will lead the pack. El Kang and Chewy, they have a huge opportunity with a new set of mediums to... I'm pretty sure El Kang and Chewy might be able to get podium. But I'm also rooting for Fire if he can hold the pack and get a nice podium. The Andrews recovering. Let's see what he can do. And John will try to, you know. And the Andrews losing the car a little bit on the restart. Amazing news for Fire, but better news for El Kang, who's gonna try to make a move right now. But also Chewy is making a move on El Kang. This might be a bit problematic, and everybody keeps it clean. And I think El Kang doesn't put a lot of pressure into his teammate, who will go after the Andrews, who was struggling, and now the Andrews is gonna get the heat of being challenged by somebody, but he is also trying to challenge Fire, who's trying to keep with John, and we see no problem at all for now. But the Andrews extremely close. Is he gonna try to make a move? Oh, he's forced to brake a lot. But it seems that he has better traction on the exit, and not enough to make a move. Fire kind of having a bit of problems in that corner. So the Andrews is gonna try to make a move once again. I don't know what happened there, probably the stream had a problem, but we can see that Fire now is extremely close to John. And is John struggling? That might be interesting. The Andrews. And also Chewy in the party, El Kang as well. Everybody, a small train of all the remaining people trying to break the toe. And we can see from here that everybody is able to maintain composure into the Dragon Tail. Everybody keeping it good. Everybody, this is a small train. I think John is also struggling. I thought he was gonna be like 2 seconds ahead of Fire. Right now, the Andrews trying to make a move on Fire. Fire defending. Fire defending goes out of the track into the gravel and lost a place. Lost 2 places actually. He's gonna try to recover the place here, and he might be able to do so. Yeah, he does. He pushes Chewie a little bit, but not enough for the stewards to look into it, I think. And we can see that Fire will defend that podium like it's the race of his life. It's a great opportunity for him to get a podium. El Kang, 4th place. We have problems there. Crit Plus and Chewie had probably a small incident. They are recovering on track and all good. So now Chewie is having problems, and I don't think podium is in his sight. Fire, after that very good defending against Chewie, now is running in 3rd place. The Andrews following John. Suddenly the Andrews is gonna finish. It has the opportunity to finish on podium, 2nd place. And let's see if Fire is able to, in a couple of laps, get close to the Andrews, because we have seen that the Andrews sometimes makes small mistakes with traction control. So that might be a good opportunity for Fire to crawl back. Crit Plus, extremely close to Chewie. Is he gonna try to make a move for 5th place? Right now, from 1st to 6th, a lot of points will be distributed into the drivers. And Crit Plus right now is just following Chewie. Same way the Andrews, it's following John. So John is not getting away as I expected. He's actually struggling, and now has the Andrews as a 0.3 of a second from him. So a bad exit in the final chicane, and he might have a small battle in his hands. Let's see how the Andrews goes. DRS open, ERS enable, everything. John tries to break the toe, but I think this is the time. I think this is the opportunity. He goes, and was not enough. Not enough. I think John defended extremely well. Extremely well. But if the Andrews is able to keep it the way he has done it so far, he might have an opportunity to challenge for the 1st place of this race. 0.2 of a second. Extremely close. We need to stay with these two. The Andrews, what a terrible start of the race, and suddenly is fighting for 1st place. Amazing, just amazing. From the reserve Alpha Tauri driver. Let's see if he's able to get close again to John. I'm not sure if John has like a damage or something. Doesn't look that way. So again, try to set the move in the main straight. Right now is get close to him, had a good exit in the chicane, and try to make a move in the main straight. There he goes, a small touch. I think they touch just a little bit, enough for John to get away in this lap. The Andrews realizes that he's not going to be able to make a move and decides to not use ERS and wait one more lap just to see if he has the opportunity to make the move. Meanwhile, Crit Plus challenging Chewie, but it seems that nothing will happen. for now. So this track, like if somebody makes a mistake, fine. But if the driver in front of you doesn't make a mistake, well, basically the entire lap is just trying to set a move on the main straight. So you are just using like, you know, the 1 minute of just setting a move, which is that what the Andrews is doing, and he might fancy, you know, a new opportunity here. Well, not here, but in the next DRS zone. Again, all this bit is to get close to your rival, try to set a good overtaking opportunity, and let's see if he's able to do so. If he has a good exit, a good entry and exit on the chicane, we see that he clearly brake on time, on point, and there it is. And now we have ERS, DRS, everything. Is he gonna make a move right now? He has to. This is the opportunity. He has no longer more DRS, and struggling a lot. I think John is defending very good, very aggressive, and Andrews decides to maybe he's gonna try one more time. Maybe one last opportunity he will have. Grid Plus just following Chewy, and then Fire. It seems that now just has to bring it home. Very bad news, because the Andrews has a 3-second penalty. So suddenly, and now he kind of loses the car a little bit, and Fire might be fancying a second place. So now Fire just needs to stay extremely close to the Andrews, at least 3 seconds or less, and he might be able to get second place. So just Fire, don't go out of the track, take care of those track limits, and you might be looking at a second place. Elkan having some troubles, but it seems that his teammate Chewy is gonna try to make a move. And are they gonna fight each other? I don't think so. They are teammates. So maybe Elkan just will leave the door open for Chewy to make a move. Chewy has a very good exit in the chicane, and he will have DRS, ERS. We can see that Elkan not trying to break the toe, but Chewy was not close enough to Elkan in this time. The Andrews, I think he just wants to follow John through the rest of the race. Now Chewy and Elkan extremely close to each other, and Grid Plus decide to join the party as well. Let's see if Chewy makes a move. We have a problem somewhere, and the Andrews just DNF. I think there was a small incident, and really we have a safety car right now. These are terrible news for Fire. An incident. It seems that it was an incident between Andrews and Fire, although we don't see the car anywhere. So I think everybody has to go into the pits right now and get a set of mediums. Sorry, of softs. They need to get a set of softs, everybody. Otherwise, the next few laps are gonna be complicated and tricky. Yeah, we see that John goes into the pits, Fire goes into the pits. We will see Fire needs to also change a wing. We didn't see if there was an incident there. Yeah, no, just a regular set of softs. Elkan, he stays on track. Not sure if that was a smart move. But considering that he has a 3-second penalty, yeah. Now I am okay with that. Grid Plus stays on track with a set of hearts. Where's Fire? Fire rejoining in in fourth place. So he will have Crit Plus with a set of hearts 12 laps old in front of him. Shouldn't be that hard to overtake Crit Plus. And John basically has just one driver in front of him, which is El Kang. A set of mediums, probably not the best race from El Kang, but also not the best race from John. So let's see what happens on the restart. Are we gonna have 2 laps of racing? Maybe like 26 and 27, I'm pretty sure. So the Andrews was running pretty good, and there's a bit of contact between Crit Plus and John. We saw that. Contact under safety car, you have to be very careful of not doing that. And are we going to have safety car in this lap? If so, we will have 2 laps of racing. Let's see penalties. 3 seconds only for El Kang. Everybody else is clean. So El Kang needs to, try to disappear just to see if he has the opportunity to finish in the podium. He is going to control the speed of the pack because we have safety car in this lap, and we need to see how everybody restarts. John extremely close to El Kang. El Kang decides to go right now. John following pretty close. Crit Plus also Fire as well. And it seems that Fire might have an opportunity at any time. Your tires work really good if you are running softs. A new set of softs that, the grip is way better. And there's John extremely close to El Kang, and El Kang trying to, do a bit of an Alonso train here. And let's see if this exit is good for John, better than from El Kang. And I think we're gonna see a dive bomb here. We might. He thought about it. We can see that he thought about it and decided to back out. And then Crit Plus loses the car in that hairpin and leaves the door open for Fire to take third place, a temporary third place. John, again, is gonna be very, very frustrated, but now he has the opportunity